Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, completely exhausted yet wide awake? You toss, you turn, you flip the pillow, you count sheep. You try that breathing trick your neighbor swears by. Midnight passes. 1 o'clock a.m. comes and goes. Suddenly it's 3:17 a.m. and you're still staring at the ceiling. Sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not broken. People, especially in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, struggle to sleep. Maybe you used to sleep like a baby, and now every night feels like a battle. Maybe you fall asleep fine, but wake up at 2 o'clock a.m. like someone flipped on a switch in your brain. It's frustrating, it's exhausting, and it can feel like something's just off. Most of us blame stress, aging, or our minds racing, and yes, those play a role. But here's something no one talks about. Sometimes the real culprit behind your sleepless nights isn't in your head, it's in your kitchen. The food sleep connection. Yes, you've read that right. The foods you eat in the evening can either help you sleep better or quietly rob you of rest. Not pills, not potions, just simple, natural foods. Some of them might already be sitting in your fridge or pantry, and when eaten at the right time and in the right way, they can gently tell your body, hey, it's time to rest now. You don't need to overhaul your life or count calories. What you need is a shift in your routine, a few thoughtful additions that align with how your body naturally works. So, let's talk about 6 powerful foods that have helped real people just like you reclaim peaceful nights and deeper sleep. We'll start with something small, sweet, and surprisingly effective: cherries. 1. Tart cherries, the sweet secret to better sleep. Harold is 72, a quiet soul, not into fancy supplements or trends. But sleep, that became his enemy. He used to rest just fine until a couple of years ago. Suddenly, nights stretched long. He'd wake at 2 o'clock a.m., toss for hours, catch a few minutes of sleep, then wake again feeling worse. One afternoon, while thumbing through an old health magazine, he spotted a short article about tart cherry juice and melatonin. Why not? He thought. It's just juice. So he started sipping half a cup of tart cherry juice before bed. Nothing extreme, just once a night. And within a few weeks, something shifted. He wasn't waking up at 2 o'clock anymore. No more pacing around the house in the dark. He started sleeping through the night. Why do cherries work? Because tart cherries are one of the few natural sources of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate your sleep wake cycle. As we age, our melatonin production drops. That's why it's harder to fall or stay asleep. Tart cherries help nudge your brain back into rhythm, gently and naturally. How to use them: half a cup of tart cherry juice 1-2 hours before bed, or a small handful of dried or fresh tart cherries. Tip: don't overdo it. This isn't a sugar bomb, it's a tool. Small, simple, and effective. 2. Bananas, nature's bedtime stick. Gloria's 78, sharp as ever, still knits every Thursday with her church group. But sleep, her regular complaint. I fall asleep fine, she said. But I always wake up at 2 o'clock a.m. like someone turned on a light switch. During a routine checkup, her doctor noted she had low magnesium levels. That word stuck with her. She didn't want pills. She wanted food-based solutions. The answer? Bananas. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium, 2 minerals that help your muscles relax and your nervous system calm down. Gloria added 1 banana to her evening routine. Within 2 weeks, her wake-up times faded. When she did wake, it felt softer, gentler. She could drift back to sleep. How to use it: 1 medium banana an hour before bed. Add a spoonful of almond butter for healthy fat and lasting fullness. Note: the fiber in bananas slows sugar absorption, making them perfectly balanced for nighttime. 3. Almonds, crunchy calm in a shell. Sam is 81, a retired teacher, a thinker. But his legs, they wouldn't rest. Every night, just as he'd begin to drift off, his restless legs would twitch and ache. He tried warm baths, stretching, even leg wraps. Nothing worked. Then his daughter, a dietitian, said, try a handful of almonds before bed. He laughs. What's a nut got to do with sleep? Turns out, a lot. Almonds are rich in magnesium and tryptophan, two powerful sleep nutrients. Magnesium relaxes your muscles. Tryptophan helps your body produce serotonin, which becomes melatonin. How to use them. A10 raw or lightly roasted almonds about an hour before bed. Avoid salted almonds. Sodium can dehydrate and disrupt sleep. Let the nutrients do their quiet work. 4. Warm milk, a childhood remedy that still works. For decades, mothers and grandmothers across America poured warm milk before bedtime, not because it was trendy, but because it worked. And guess what? Science now agrees. My warm milk helps. It contains tryptophan, the amino acid that supports melatonin production. It offers calcium, which helps the brain use tryptophan effectively. The warmth activates a calming, almost Pavlovian association with bedtime. Real story. Martha, 82, from Columbus, Ohio, started having night sweats and 3 a.m. anxiety. Her daughter recommended warm milk, not a supplement, just milk. Within a week, her sleep window expanded from 4 hours to nearly 7. How to use it: warm 1/2 cup of milk, dairy or tryptophan fortified, plant-based, before bed. Add cinnamon or a touch of honey for flavor. Pro tip: avoid sugary cereals or cookies with your milk. Keep it simple, warm, and soothing. 5. Oatmeal, yes, at night. You might think oatmeal is a morning food, but when eaten at night, it becomes a gentle sleep aid. Why? Oats are a natural source of melatonin and complex carbs, both of which help tryptophan reach your brain. They're also rich in B vitamins and magnesium, which reduce stress and help the nervous system wind down. Real story. John, 74, from Nashville, used to wake up starving at 3 o'clock a.m. He added a small bowl of oatmeal before bed and slept straight through until 6:30. It's like my body finally had what it needed, he said. How to use it: 1/2 cup cooked oats with a splash of milk. Add cinnamon and chopped almonds or a spoonful of peanut butter. Warning: avoid instant oat packets with added sugars. Those spike blood sugar and can wake you up later. 6. Herbal tea, the ritual that signals it's time to rest. This one isn't a food, but it's just as powerful. Herbal teas like chamomile, lemon balm, lavender, and valerian root are rich in natural compounds that relax the nervous system. But the real secret? It's not just what's in the cup. It's the ritual of sipping something warm, slow, and intentional. Real story. Elaine, 79, from Pasadena, said her nightly tea became her off switch. She lights a candle, puts on soft music, and sips chamomile in her favorite chair. It's not just about sleep. It's about creating a signal to my body that the day is over, she said. How to use it: choose caffeine-free herbal blends. Avoid green or black tea. Steep for 5-10 minutes. Inhale the steam as it steeps. Drink it 30-60 minutes before bed, ideally as part of a wind-down routine. Optional add-ins: a slice of lemon, fresh mint, or a teaspoon of raw honey. You've added the right food. You're sipping chamomile, maybe eating a banana or a small bowl of oats before bed. But what if your sleep is still broken, tossing, turning, waking up wired at 3 o'clock a.m.? There's a good chance that something in your kitchen or your evening habits is quietly working against you. We'll uncover the 4 most common foods and drinks that sabotage sleep in older adults. Some are obvious: caffeine. Others, not so much. One might even be something you thought was healthy. But once you recognize them, you can adjust without overhauling your whole life. Let's expose the culprits. 1. Caffeine hiding in plain sight. We all know coffee keeps us awake, but many people forget that caffeine can stay in your system for up to 10 hours, meaning that 2 p.m. cup may still be buzzing in your blood at midnight. Even more sneaky, caffeine hides in unexpected places. Green and black tea, dark chocolate, even a square or two. Decaf coffee, yes, it still contains some caffeine. Energy drinks and many sodas. A real story. William, 76, from Tampa, was drinking green tea in the afternoon thinking it was relaxing. He didn't realize it had caffeine until he cut it out and finally slept through the night for the first time in months. Fix it. Avoid caffeine after 12 o'clock p.m. Switch to herbal teas like chamomile, rooibos, or peppermint in the afternoon and evening. 2. Alcohol, the sleep aid that backfires. A glass of wine or whiskey may feel like it helps you fall asleep, but it actually makes your sleep shallow and fragmented. Here's why. Alcohol reduces REM sleep, the deep restorative stage. It causes more frequent awakenings, especially after 3-4 hours. It relaxes throat muscles, increasing snoring and sleep apnea risk. Real story, Deanne, 73, from Sacramento, had a glass of wine each night to unwind. When her doctor suggested cutting alcohol after dinner, her sleep changed dramatically. I didn't realize how much it was stealing from my rest, she said. Fix it. If you drink, do so with dinner, not closer to bedtime. Limit to 1 drink per day and none within 3 hours of sleep. 3, heavy, high-fat dinners. Eating late is one thing, but eating heavy, especially meals high in saturated fat and salt, can trigger indigestion, acid reflux, and restless sleep. Foods like fast food, burgers, fried chicken, pips with extra cheese, creamy pasta dishes, all of these take hours to digest. While your body's working to break them down, your brain isn't getting the signals it needs to fully rest. Real story, Jorge, 70, used to eat a big dinner at 8:30. After switching to lighter meals before 7 p.m., he noticed fewer wake-ups, less bloating, and clearer mornings. Lixmic, eat your heaviest meal at lunch. Choose lighter dinners, grilled fish, steamed veggies, lentil soup, or scrambled eggs with grains. 4. Sugar bombs disguised as healthy. Granola bars, low-fat yogurt, heart-healthy cereals. Many packaged products marketed to older adults are loaded with hidden sugar. Sugar creates a short burst of calm, followed by a blood sugar crash, which can wake you in the middle of the night, heart racing, mind wide awake. To watch for products with more than 6-8 grams of sugar per serving. Hidden sugars labeled as corn syrup, maltose, dextrose, or cane juice. Real story, Sandro, 68, used to eat a light strawberry yogurt before bed. It had 19 grams of sugar. After switching to plain Greek yogurt with berries, her 3 a.m. wake-up stopped within a week. Fix it. Read labels carefully. Choose whole foods over packaged snacks. Use natural sweetness from fruits, cinnamon or vanilla extract. The small changes that lead to big sleep. Foods and drinks you avoid can be just as powerful as the ones you add. It's not about restriction, it's about awareness. Once you know the triggers, you can gently steer your body toward better rest. Let's recap the 4 sleep disruptors to avoid. Caffeine, especially hidden in tea, chocolate, and decaf. Alcohol disrupts deep sleep and raises wakefulness. Heavy, high-fat dinners cause indigestion and nighttime inflammation. Hidden sugars spike and crash your blood sugar, leading to 3 a.m. wake-ups.